Just let me get to the beat drop. Just let me get to the beat drop.
You make me comfortable with you. You make me wanna go.
Oh, shoot. Ooh. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? And so, y'all, hey, welcome to Life According to Cree, the podcast. I am your host, as always, Cree Cole. And as y'all know, my podcast is a weekly podcast, but I only have guests every other week, bi-weekly. So on the nights in the interim, y'all get to spend a night with Cree. That's sweet. Ain't that cool? Ain't that cool? Ain't that cool? So let me get right into it. Let me get right into it. So if y'all follow me on social media the way that y'all supposed to be following me on social media, let me get my mic up. The way that y'all supposed to be following me on social media, then you know that like Tuesday I was having a time trying to figure out what I was going to talk about, what my content was going to be. And I just feel like when y'all spend a night with Cree, then we should probably talk about Cree. We should probably exclusively talk about Cree. So that is what we're going to do. But if you follow me on social media, that means that you follow me on TikTok at Cree Cole. You put in the hashtag Life According to Cree, guess what I come up to. But if you were on my TikTok this week or on my Instagram, on my Snap, I can't remember where I shared it to, then you will know that I actually did a story time because I realized, like, when I was pondering, like, what I'm gonna talk about, because I gotta talk for X amount of minutes, and what can I talk about without hesitation. But I realized, and I had some other stuff going on my cell phone while I was working, you know, because I'm always up in this space right here. But I realized I've never had a sneaky link. And I know some people, you know, who know me are gonna be like, girl, bye, you done had a sneaky link. Here's the thing though. From what I gathered and what I learned about sneaky links as of late, I know that I've never had one because I've never snuck and done anything. Like, I'm 41 years old, and even when I was in my 20s, I never snuck and did anything. Like, I may not have been in a public relationship with somebody, or the whole hood might not have known that I was dealing with somebody, but I've never hid my dealings. I've never hid them. I was private about them. I did not hide them. And if I was asked directly, guess what, boo? You was gonna get the answer. Because I ain't had no reason, because I've never cheated on anybody. I've always been single, you know, when I was having private relationships with people. And I mean, why would I lie? If I'm single, why would I lie? I ain't always been perfect, but I try to make a point to try to be as perfect in those situations as possible, you know, and keep my hands off other people's stuff. You know, I always ask, you know, be like, you know, you got people, and I took their word for it. Now, was that always true? No. But I can say it's been kind of sort of true as of late. So in my story time, it was a 4-part story time on TikTok. Make sure you follow me on TikTok, Instagram. Make sure y'all follow me, and Facebook, Life According to Cree. I gave a little bit of background about my 30s, relationship-wise. I was in a committed 6-year relationship, a live-in, day-to-day, bang-it-out relationship. Like, that's what I was in. And it wasn't a bad relationship. It wasn't a good relationship for me. And then after spending the majority of my 30s in this committed relationship and thinking that I was at a place where I should be in my 30s, you know, man kid, you know, dog if I wasn't scared to death of him. I thought it was, you know, pretty much my forever. But after around year 5, I was like, what's it gonna be? And they still wasn't ready, so he packed up his stuff and I took him back to his mama's house. I mean, at the very least, he wasn't ready. He wasn't. I put it out there. I didn't even give him an ultimatum. I was just like, this is what I want. He slept on it. It wasn't what he wanted. He didn't want that type of commitment, even though we were already living that type of commitment. He didn't want that type of commitment on paper, I guess. And we went our separate ways. And then, so now, you know, and I'm living in another city. I'm not even in my hometown or in my home state. I'm living in Charlotte, North Carolina. I spent like another year, you know, living there because I was like, I ain't got to go back home just because he went back home. I mean, I'm a grown up. But eventually a couple of different life events happened back at home. Let me be clear. Everything was everything for me in Charlotte. My job was good. Where I lived was good. You know, I just had to acclimate to, you know, meeting people really because the first year that I spent there, I spent with my ex. So, but a couple of life things happened. I moved back home. I didn't go on a healing journey. I actually went and started back being sexually active with my ex. And I did so for about a year. Because I mean, why add a body? Why add a body if there's like a willing and able body available? It didn't make sense. And I still had love for him, and I still have love to him to this day. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I didn't like the way his single lifestyle rolled. It was totally different than, you know, the relationships lifestyle that we had as it should have been. So, summer of 2019, I stopped it. I said, I'm gonna get out there in the dating scene. I went out there with no parachute, no net. And I hadn't been out there in a long time because I had never actually really dated. I just, in my 20s, like, I was talking to people, and if we ended up in a relationship, it's because they said, like, you my girl, and that was just pretty much it. That's where my relationships went from the time I was in high school all the way up until as of late. But I went out there in the dating world, and I didn't like it. People was lying and stuff, and being real trifling. And I was super relationship oriented at that time. I was super relationship oriented. Like, I didn't want anything else. I didn't want to be in the street. I didn't want to be outside, as we say now. I didn't want that. So I go through the summer of 2019 doing super single stuff. Do that through the fall, the winter. I'm still single. And that was not the plan. I'm like, look at me. I done dropped some weight. I've always been pretty. Like, I'm feeling myself. I'm loving myself. You know, I'm good. I'm gonna have a man. 2020 rolled in. I ain't had no man. I never set out to do something and don't do it. And I didn't achieve that goal. And now, no, it's 2020. I'm 39. Get ready to turn 39. I'm like, wow, I'm almost 40. And then somebody suggested to me that I get on the dating app. I met somebody on the dating app. First time out, slid right a couple times. Boop boop. Went fishing. Fished. Met somebody. Long story short, we decided that we were probably going to be better off as friends because he did not want to be in a committed relationship. And after watching for like half a year, watching how dudes move and then seeing how free in life he was and how dedicated he was to being free in life, I said, yeah, we can definitely, we could be cool. We can be friends. I don't want to stop talking to you all together because you're really cool people. But during the time when I was hanging out with my, what I call my quarantine friend, because you know they shut the world down that March of 2020. At my job, I noticed that somebody was noticing me. Like I realized somebody was noticing me, and you know, ladies, we know when somebody is like checking for us, even if they ain't got to say nothing sexual, they ain't got to be overly anything. We just know. We just know. I've never been wrong on this when I felt this way. So, and I even tell my quarantine friend, I'm like, yo, I think this dude at my job is like checking for me. Like I don't know what it is. I really think he's checking for me. And my quarantine friend was like, well, you should say something, big mouth. Don't get me wrong. I'm a very, very upfront, in your face person. If I know you. And what I mean by know you is not know your name, know where you work, know what you drive, that type of stuff. When I know you. Like, in order to get that constantly, you have to, like, know me, or flip a switch. Set me off. Then I give that pretty much with no hesitation. But if I don't know you, and then especially in that type of situation, I'm a little shy. I'm a little nervous about stuff like that. Only thing is my answer to being nervous, because I grew up military and I was always a new girl. Like, when I'm nervous about situations of meeting people or talking to people, I just dive. I just dive head first. And so with my coworker, that's what I decided to do. I knew a way to get in contact with them, and I just like, what's up? And I would say to my surprise, but I clearly was not surprised because I already knew they was checking for me. They was completely with the shits. They was with the shits. So I'm like, oh, wow. And I tell my quarantine friend, I'm like, yo, he's checking for me. He's checking for me. Oh, what I do? He was like, friend, you just talked to him. Like, why are you acting like that? And I was like, you don't understand how I get when new meat is on the table. You don't know how I get. But I was like, I don't know what to do. And, and we had worked together. We had worked together for a while. So it's not like they was some stranger. It's the element of the fact that we're coworkers. You know what I'm saying? So, we had worked together. We had worked in the same area separately, and then fast forward, we ended up all working remotely, and but we're still coworkers. And anytime we have events or whatever, we see each other. So, I just didn't know. I didn't know what to do. But, so once, that ice is broken of, yeah, I'm checking for you. I see you kind of checking for me. We're talking on the phone. We texting. We work together. So we have an excuse to be in contact like every day. We have an excuse to be in contact every day because we work together. And, I mean, part of my intrigue, because I knew basic stuff about them, but I ain't know that much. But part of my intrigue was, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, because I've been out here in this single world, I wanted to see what. That's what I wanted to know, and I kind of made that clear that that's what I wanted to know, and like they ain't had no problem with that, with accommodating me, and showing me, and helping me along with my journey, as far as finding that out, and that's what we did, and then it's like, oh shit, I like it, and I mean, and they cool, I like them. Only problem was, couldn't nobody know. Nobody could know. Nobody could know. So me being me, I'm going back to quarantine friend. Cause my quarantine friend, that's my dog. That's my dog. My dog gonna tell me. My dog gonna tell me the truth. He gonna keep it all the way a buck. He gonna be like, but Crystal, you don't really be advertising all across social media. You know, if you dealing with somebody or whatever anyway. So, like, why you tripping? He's like, why you tripping? Like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, you know, do you. Like, you like them, you know, you like them some. You know. And apparently you like whatever it is he did to you. So, I mean, keep it up. He was like, you don't really want to be in no relationship right now. You don't want to be in no relationship either. So, you know, if they are living their life and you living your life and you can do what you want to do and they do what they want to do, like, it's going to be cool. Like, you'll be straight. He said most of the time in these situations, it don't be the dude with the problem, it be the female. You know, they don't understand, you know, exactly what's going on. And me being a female, I agreed. Because, see, here's the thing. The Aquarius woman in me, the Aquarius in me, can be attached, detached, either simultaneously or one after the other. Like, it's really nothing. It's a weird thing. If I could explain it, I would explain it. But I can't. So, I won't even try. But, you know, so I'm thinking like, okay, so that means like this whole sneaky link thing, it'll work. You know, keeping it quiet, you know, just doing what we do, it'll work. You know, I let him know it'll work. So now I got a sneaky link. And we linking. Like, we for real linking. Like, we work together, so we see each other on a regular basis. We talk, we text. And we definitely, if we don't do nothing else, we definitely link. So, this is going on. I make it all the way through the fall into the winter. We're still linking. I make it into the following spring. And that was summer 2021. And I'm in my feelings. I'm in my feelings. Like, I think, like, the moment I realized I was in my feelings, like, I think I called him, like, for something random work related, like something that happened at work, and I couldn't get on the phone and talk to, you know, everybody about it or whatever. So I hit him up, and he didn't answer. And I sent him a text, and he didn't answer. So now I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe he didn't answer me. Because granted, he had done spent into 2020, majority of 2021, responding to everything. And when I tell y'all, I was not okay. I was not okay. I was not okay to the point where I had to tell him, like, yo, I fucked up. He was like, you said you wasn't gonna fuck up. I was like, well, I'm telling you I fucked up. That's the Aquarius in me. I have to say what I'm feeling. And that's what I was feeling. And you would think at this big age of 41, this big age, I would be like, okay, because I know that I am now off script, it's time to let this go. It's like I doubled down. I guess, I don't know if it was the fact that I told him that I was getting feelings, because mind you, this man has spent from the time we first, all the way until that moment, telling me that he loved me every time even if I wouldn't say it, like he would say, he would be like, I love you, and I'd be like, it ain't matter what we was doing. I'd be like, yeah, okay. Y'all sure. Let's get it. Like love bombing the hell out of me. He was love bombing the hell out of me. And me being how I am, I was able to dismiss it up until I sat down that day and he did not respond to me. And I'm like, I can't tell nobody that I'm messing with them. Because the other element of so I can't vent. This is where the problem comes in at. I'm having these feelings and this indecisiveness and whatever, and I can't vent. I can't go to nobody. I can't go to any of my sounding boards and be like, yo, this is what's going on with me. This is what's going on with me. And because I couldn't do that, the only person I could tell was him. So of course, I'm telling him. He feeding it. He feeding the beast. He don't even realize he's feeding the beast. Like I'm telling you over and over and over again, he keeps dismissing it. Keeps dismissing it. It's still me. Like, it's still talking to me. So, we get all the way through 2021. I have a couple of big life events occur at the end of 2021. Big life events. And that flood over into 2022. We still work together. We still linking. And I know it. I'm saying to myself, you got to stop doing this, Crystal. You got to stop doing this. Like, you need to find you something else to do. Like, and it's not like over the duration of this time, I did not have options. I always had options throughout. But when I looked through the options, I was like, okay, so am I going to fool with somebody in their BS? Go back and forth. Whatever. Because they're going to lie. I'm like in an honest situation that I like with somebody who's cool with the situation and not tripping. So am I really gonna mess it up? Like, am I really gonna stop? Stop for what? And I don't stop. I still ain't stopped. And I know that from my story time. It seemed like it's gonna be like some great thing where I say, I finally got the strength to get out of that toxic situation. And that, nah, 41 years old. So babies under 40. Stop stressing yourself out. Stop stressing yourself out about decisions or about situations that you're in that the internet, etc., are telling you that you don't need to be in. Because y'all ain't going to nobody's church. Listen to nobody talk. You're ignoring the heck out of what your mama and your aunties and your grandmama and them told you. So ignore that internet. Stop taking advice from podcasters and celebrities who got the money to afford to do stupid stuff. Other than me. Listen to me. But I said all that to say this, because I know it was supposed to be like something where I tell you that I'm going through my healing journey and I got out of that and I want some different things and I want healthier relationships and da-da-da-da. I never not wanted a healthy relationship. What I did not want, and I still don't want, is the responsibility of someone else's feelings. It's like the main reason why I'm single. And I'm going to give you my 5 reasons to stay single in just a second. But I ain't going to have to be responsible for nobody else's feelings because I carry around a lot of bags. I'm what you would call a middle-aged woman with an adult son that I carry bags for. I have elderly parents that I carry bags for. And then I have my own luggage. From my years of being an adult, and I just don't feel like I should put that on anybody, all my bags, and try to carry theirs too, until I release some of those bags and learn how to manage them better. And that's self-reflection. That comes from time of being single, even though I may have, had, encounters with people. I've kept myself very single and very open, and kept the ability to take time for myself. I did that, and I do that, and even in the current situation that I'm in, it suits me. It suits me. But like I make a point, to self-reflect and to know, to know me. So like I said, it's really, really important to do what suits you best. Do what suits you best. Because that's the true key to happiness. Like, other people can't make you happy, situations can't make you happy. But being honest with you, with yourself, and your intentions, and what you want and what you don't want, is what's going to open you up for those opportunities to not be single. Because you'll be clear when those people come. You won't get caught up in situations that are toxic, that are hurtful, that are painful. You won't get caught up in them. But like I said, I'm gonna close out tonight with Cree's 5 ways to love yourself. Cree's 5 ways to love yourself while out here in this dating world. And I promise you, the 5 really ain't that deep. And you probably heard your grandmas, your aunties, your uncles, friends, everybody already tell you this stuff. But sometimes we just need a little refresher. So, number one. When you're single and you're out here dating these people and whatever, you always come first. You come first. Even if you do something for them, you come first. That means if you don't feel like it, don't do it. If you tired, don't go. Don't go. If you're in a mood, stay home. Stay home. Like, you can't be the best you in any situation, whether it's, actual relationship stuff, family stuff, work stuff, or whatever, if you are not okay. If you're not okay. And you ain't got to take all that to everybody. You ain't got to take all that to that man. You ain't got to do that. That dude you hook up with and hang out with, you ain't got to take all that to him. Like, some things you're going to take to him, some things you're not. Because there's no way to completely prepare yourself for a relationship. So even if you do end up in a sneaky link and you start liking the person or whatever, whether it's a sneaky link or y'all meet publicly on TV, there's no way to determine how that's going to go or how they're going to react to different emotional situations that you may encounter while y'all are in a relationship. So be mindful about what you share and make sure that you keep yourself first. That's the way to protect you. Number two, you are single. You're single. It's gonna sound really, really bad, but don't put all your big eggs in one basket. That's not saying go around sleeping with everybody that you meet. You gotta have more common sense than that. But it's okay while you're single to date multiple people or to talk to multiple people. There's no way for you to know what you like, don't like, what you're willing to tolerate at this point in your life and what you're not willing to tolerate at this point in your life if you're not around different things. Because if you're not around different types of men or don't encounter different types of men, then that means you're basing your preference off of other people. Because you don't have one. You haven't built one. A preference is something that has to be built. When somebody just throws a preference out there, normally it's not when somebody gives a preference, it's not because they just woke up one morning and said, you know what? I don't like women to wear weaves. No, they've encountered some women who maybe didn't maintain their weave, spent too much money on weave, they more frugal than that. It could be anything. But you are single, date multiple people, because what you liked when you were 20, 30, a teenager, may not be what sets you off or pushes your buttons now, baby. Yeah, some of y'all still talking about you want a 6'4" dude with pretty teeth and chocolate like Morris Chestnut. Morris Chestnut ain't been the go-to Hollywood dude since I was 20-something. Y'all still holding on to that. That's just all his looks. Y'all ain't got no other criteria. Number three. Stay focused. Stay focused. Just because you're dating or you may be talking to someone on a regular basis doesn't mean that you have to stop doing everything that you were doing when you weren't talking to nobody and nobody was checking for you. Keep your schedules. Keep your circles. Don't cut off all these people just because you met a dude. Because guess what? If you get into a relationship and you got friends and etc. that you hang out with, you're going to still want to talk to those people. You may not want to talk and hang out with them people as much, but they're still going to be a part of your life. So keep those circles healthy. Keep those circles healthy while you're on your dating journey and you're meeting different people. And a part of keeping that journey, you know, that circle, those circles that you had while you were all by yourself and wasn't nobody checking for you, a part of keeping those circles healthy is knowing what to vent and what not to vent. Be mindful about what you share. You don't have to share everything with your friends. Everything is your friend's business. Because trust me, your friends ain't telling you all their business. They telling you the stuff that they know you want to hear. They ain't telling you every single dirty detail. Don't nobody do that. I'm sorry. Was that 4? This was 4. Number 4. Keep yourself up. You shouldn't have to have a man in order to keep your appearance up. You should be looking good for you. Like I literally, you see, I look right now. This is just like I feel like I'm in my bag. This is sexy to me. This turns me on. This is how I like to look. If other people like it too, cool. But it's all for me. It's all for me. This beat, this Ashanti inspired beat, it's for me. It's for me. These styles out, it's for me. Cause guess what? It's so for me. It's so for me that I can literally, when I get off of here, do me and be cool. You ain't gotta call us up. And number five, take your time. Take your time. It ain't no hurry. I just seen a girl that graduated about 2 years after me, and she got an older brother that's about the same age as me. Their mom just got engaged this week. Their mom. So that makes her at least like, I'm 41, so she's 60. She just got engaged. Take your time. Take your time. Like I be seeing, like it's not on your time. When that person's supposed to come, they're supposed to come. You may have had some other people come and you may have messed it up. But the next person, that's why you have to self-reflect and work on you. That way, when that person comes, you ready. Take your time. Ain't no clock. We in 2022. Ain't no clock. 50-year-old women having babies. Eve was about 50. What? Thank y'all. Those are my 5 tips. Thank y'all for tuning in. Chilling with me in the house next week. I'll be out here in these streets with my guest today. So y'all gonna have to check my social media on Monday to see who my guest is. I promise you, they are not gonna disappoint. And like I always say, make sure you hit my social media. Facebook, Instagram, at Life According to Cree. TikTok, you can even follow me on Snapchat. I don't mind. I don't do nothing but edit videos for all the other social media sites on Snapchat because I like the filters, but you can follow me on there. Both those are at Cree Cole. Again, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for tuning in. And I'll see y'all next week.